welcome to Rugbymania. What is going on, you guys? We have a very special edition of my show. It's coming to you live from WrestleMania. It has just gone off the air. I was here for both nights, WrestleMania 41, but we're not here to talk about John Cena winning the championship. We're here to talk about Super Rugby. Believe it or not, I haven't slept much this weekend in Vegas. I've been watching the games when I'm not watching the wrestling. I have some thoughts for you. Let's start with Crusaders versus Blues. Hell of a game. My goodness. James O'Connor, I mean, he's got to be the most popular Australian in Christchurch of all time. Nailed the match winner at the end. Now, do you look at that and you say, okay, the Crusaders are back? You could say that. I look at that match and I think maybe the Blues are back. They look like a different team with Bowden Barrett. Look, this was a gnarly, gritty, nasty game played in pouring rain. The Blues forwards stood up. And that has to be pleasing if you're a fan of Auckland, okay? The Crusaders didn't just have their way with them at the set piece with the pick and go. It wasn't like that. Ricky Riccatelli added some starch, you know, Patrick Tuipulotu, Dalton Papali'i, these guys, these big names for the Blues are starting to play like superstars. Now, do I think they're going to make a run for the title? Not necessarily. But frankly, the Crusaders were lucky to pull out a win there. And I probably would have taken more hope from that as a Blues fan that they hung in there and were there or thereabouts at the end than even if I was a Canterbury fan. Let's talk about the Drua and the Tars. I got the prediction wrong. Who was the star on the weekend? Well, it was Lautoka. I mean, these guys are good in Suva. They're unbelievable in Lautoka. Now, I thought that the Tars would get a roll on. Hey, they beat the Chiefs. They beat the #1 team. Surely they're going to roll the Drua, who've been very subpar this year. The Tars can't get consistency. And that's why, as a Kiwi, could be famous last words, I'm not super worried about the Wallabies yet. And the reason is that the Aussie sides are good one week and poor the next. I'm not seeing the consistency. That's something we say with the Wallabies a lot. Heroic one week, abysmal the next. I'm seeing that with the Aussie super teams as well. The Waratahs go from losing 57-10 to the Hurricanes in Wellington to comfortably beating the Chiefs at home. Then they get rolled in Fiji. It's up and down. The Reds have been the same. The Brumbies have been the same. The Aussies are much better this year, but they're still not consistent. Let's talk about the team that's back to #1, the Chiefs, an absolute drubbing of the Highlanders. I predicted this, guys. Now listen, I've got a lot of my predictions wrong, but that one, I kind of got right. I said the Chiefs were going to snap back. They're too good not to. Damian McKenzie's not going to play like that 2 weeks in a row. He ran the cutter beautifully. And Quinn Tupaia, he is storming his way back into an All Blacks jersey. The Highlanders have some nice players. You know, I love their 10, Cam Miller. I love Ethan de Groot. Love Fabian Holland. He made some big yards in the game. But ultimately, they still got beaten up front, and they could not match the firepower of the Chiefs. I really think that one-off loss to the Tars was just that, a one-off, an aberration. I think the Chiefs are going to keep rolling. I'm sticking with my prediction. I think they're going to roll all the way to title town. But let's talk about the final game of the weekend. Man, was that good entertainment. Force v Hurricanes ended in a stalemate. It went to a super point situation where 10 minutes was added at full time because we didn't have a winner. The scoreboard was locked up. All right, let's see who's going to score first. Well, no one could do it. The kickers, they missed. They flubbed their lines. I mean, it was just like amazing entertainment. Force misses a kick, and then Ruben Love, the #10 for the Canes, he could have nailed the match winner, the poor guy. He just couldn't get his drop kick away. It ended in a draw, probably fitting that it was a stalemate. And look, it's hard to know which one of those teams will stick around in the playoff picture. I think they're very much in the same boat. They're in danger of getting knocked out and falling down. But probably on the balance of things, even though I'm a Kiwi, I'd have to say the Force are looking good for that top 6 spot. And if the Hurricanes keep blowing hot and cold like the Wellington weather, yeah, they're going to end up at 7 or 8. Well, it was a bumper weekend of Super Rugby, and it was a pretty fantastic WrestleMania here in Las Vegas. I will be back to break down the next round of Super Rugby. I might be doing it by the pool. I might be walking the strip. I'm in Las Vegas till next Friday. I'm a single man for the first time in my life. I'm enjoying myself, healing my broken heart, and watching footy and chatting to you guys is a big part of that. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Please like and subscribe. The house lights are on. It's time to go. I'm going to say good night from Allegiant Stadium in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Bye for now, guys.